guys, it's Laura from Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, and I am taking a break from Zoom. Tell everybody hi in Zoom. And I am going to show you what happens when knit happens. So I have some projects to show you, which I am knitting. And I have a finished knitting project. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. It's done. Well, let's just put it this way. Probably should have gone on a little bit longer, but I was done with it, and it is going to be donated after it gets washed and shrunk a little bit. The needles I used were still too big, even though they called for even larger needles. So let's go ahead and talk about that for a minute. It is the Red Heart Classy Knit Cowl. It came in a Mary Maxim. Yes, Mary Maxim knit. Mary Maxim knit kit. I don't remember for what month, but it did come for, it was 11, I think it was November 2022 is whenever it came out for the kit. This is the cowl that we're making, and I don't like cowls that hang down, that far. In Alaska, those are kind of useless cowls. You need something that's going to wrap around your neck pretty well. It originally called for 10 millimeter, a US 15 or 10 millimeter needles. I took it down to, let's see, what needles did I use? I used a 24-inch cord, and the needles that I used were a US 11 or 8 millimeter clover, detachable, whatever you call them. What are they called? Interchangeable. Thank you, not detachable. Interchangeable knitting needles. Even these needles were too loose, or I either made too many stitches, but it called for 90 stitches. Well, excuse me. This is it, and this is how it's gonna stay, because I have already learned how to bind off. Don't know. I don't know what I was afraid of, because binding off was easy, but there was just no way that I was going to continue going till this was done. I should have, but I did not. This is going into the scrap bin, because I'm not a big fan of this yarn, and it needs to go to my scrap bin so I can make maybe make some little balls of it. I don't know, but yeah. All right, it's gonna go down here in my black. I have a little thing you put your feet up on. I'm just having a brain fart. Can't think of what anything is called. An ottoman. There we go. And it has a top on it, and I can lift it up, put it on, lift it up, put it up. You know what I mean, right? And that is where I keep my scrap yarn, and that is where that skein of yarn is going. So here is the cowl. And you can see that this is how far it stretches. It's just super stretchy, even though the bind off I used was not stretchy. I'm hoping this shrinks a little bit in the dryer, because if it doesn't, I'm going to donate it. This isn't going to help me one little bit. So this is what I did the last time you saw. This is where I was. I did this, and it pretty much, it has, you know, all of the colors. It started, well, almost. I should have kept going until I got to a little bit of blue, but that's all right. It kind of looks like it's an even, you know, even Steven type of thing. And I'm just going to wash it. If it doesn't shrink considerably, then it will get donated. So this was finished object number 30 of the year. Yes, my goal is a minimum of 100 objects. I ought to make it a minimum of 100 something plus, but I've never gotten to 100. So if I actually get to 100 and I go over, you know, I'm the bomb. All right, so there's that. It is done. Let me take this stitch marker out, because otherwise I would leave it in and then I would be sad because I don't have it anymore. And it pulled out a little bit, but now you can't even tell where it was. All right, so Persephone is totally ignoring me today. She did go out hunting quite a few times. Came back with 0, nothing, not a zip. So all of the little voles that were in our yard, they were safe today. Well, of course, they might not have come out because we are working on at 6 inches of snow right now. We know for 5 for sure already. 6, it's still snowing. So 6 inches coming along. Okay, so next, the Fall Cuddler knitted throw. And I made a mistake when I was talking to somebody, but the row that you should be on, have finished for this week, was row 30. So I'm right now assigning rows 31 through 33 for homework. And once again, if you need any help, let me know. I can meet you in Zoom. I can meet you in my private Zoom. I can meet you in Zoom with other people. I can just meet you in Zoom, and we can work on it together. I can read it to you if you need me to. Yeah, so that's it. We finished row 30 for today. Or at least I should say, I finished row 30 today. I did move my lifeline up. I did my 3, and now my lifeline is 3 rows down again. So I'll just keep moving it up every week and crocheting over it, and then go my 3 rows, and then move it up again. So you can see, can you see it on this side? Yes, you can. You can see that right here, this is the knit stitch. That's all we're doing here, is just knitting. And then this was knits, one knit on this way, and the back way we purled. Now we're doing a double moss stitch, which is knit 2, purl 2, going one way, and then the opposite way, we're purling the knits and knitting the pearls. So we're doing knit 2, purl 2 this way, purl 2, knit 2 that way, knit 2, purl 2 that way. So we'll do 2 of one of the other each week until row 42, I think it is. Yes, row 43 will be a new pattern to this. So this is what it is looking like so far. Got lots of bumpses. And that is what we're looking like. Okie dokie, hokey pokies. Let's see. I am using Clover US 15 or 10 millimeter needles with this. And yeah, so there we go. That's what it's looking like. You can see in the corner right there, you know, how different it is. We're making its own edge, brim, edging as we go, so we won't have to put one on afterwards. Okie dokie. So the yarn I am using is Karen Anniversary Cakes. Cake, because I'm only going to use one. This is going to be a one skein wonder. It is the color Grape. I think it's called Grape. There are there are, I'll be glad when I use all of the stuff that has come out of it. Okay, it is a 100% acrylic. There are 35.3 ounces and 1,061 yards. So now this calls for 990 something yards. So this should be just perfect to make a one skein wonder. There won't be enough left over to make a pillow or anything. So my son is just getting this blanket for Christmas. And, well, of course, I might get him something else. But for sure, he is getting this one blanket. And this is a free pattern. It can be found, I'll put a link below, but it was written by Mama in a Stitch. She has her own website. She does have a YouTube, but I don't think she's done anything much on YouTube. So that is, oh yeah, I'm putting those away, so that's why those are there. So that is this. We will be done, if we continue with the 3 rows a week, then we will have this done, I think it was by the end of October. So it will be done in plenty of time to get it, cleaned, whatever kind of yarn you're using, we'll be able to get it cleaned and wrapped and everything, just, with plenty of time to spare for Christmas. So there's that. Now, okay, I have this other project, and I know you guys are tired of seeing this one. I'm tired of seeing it also now. And I was really, really hoping that I would get to where I was going to be changing colors. That was my goal to get to. I am 5 short. That's all right. But this is the hen hat. I have 35 rows. And I have 5 more to go. It's about 5 inches long. They said 40 rows or 5.5 inches. So I think my 40 rows are going to come first. I don't know. We'll find out. Excuse me. But here are my 35 rows. This yarn, or these needles I'm using, are Clover interchangeables, 3.5 millimeter, which is a US 4, 3.5 millimeter. As soon as I finish these last 5 rounds. I will do one more round for round 41. Just will be a round where I need to increase 8 more stitches to get it to 100 stitches, because I think there's 92 right now. The pattern is on my computer. So we will need to get it up to 100 stitches. So then I will be ready. So I think it's like really 7 more rows. And then I will be ready to change colors and also throw on a larger needle set. We'll be going from 3.5 millimeter to 4.5 millimeter. And then we start doing the color work for the hat. I know I'm excited to see the color work happening. I know that Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, is eagerly anticipating the arrival of the color work, and I'm sure you guys are too. So the color work should go quicker than the brim, because I don't like purling. So yeah, that's just, you know, yeah, knitting is just a lot easier than purling is. So I'll just leave it at that. And I think most knitters would agree with that. I'm not sure, but it's all right. So that is the progress for that hat. Now, I do have one more knitting project. I showed you guys the yarn already. And I did buy the yarn this year at the yarn store. And that's because I just think it's the proper thing to do. That if you're taking a class at a yarn store, that you buy the yarn at the yarn store also. So I did buy all of the yarn. Excuse me, I bought 2 hanks of yarn, and then 1 hank was given to me by the instructor. So I am learning to use double point needles at the same time. So I am making socks. Now, not your super thin to, you know, fingering weight sock type of thing. We live in Alaska. We need socks. Hold on one second. My my asthma has been wreaking havoc. Okay, so the set of 5 double point needles that I'm using are a size 9 or a 5.5 millimeter, and they are Brittany from BrittanyNeedles.com. So here's one, and this is the one that I am pulling or knitting onto, and then eventually again off of. The pattern is has been written by my instructor, so I can't show you that. But I learned a German twisted cast on. I'm going to learn how to pick up gusset stitches, left and right leaning decreases. I already know how to do those. Split splices. No clue what those are, but evidently I'm going to learn them. And the Kitchener stitch grafting. I don't know. So right now, what? Oh, okay, it's just in the wrong thing. So right now I'm just knitting every stitch because I've already done my cuff. I just have a small cuff, maybe about an inch. Um, and I'm not going to make 7 inches for my sock because I don't know. Uh, I think I want shorter socks and not taller socks because those would just kind of irritate me because I don't normally like to wear socks. So, the yarn I used. What color is this? Oh, okay. So, I am using 3 yarns held together. And this one is one of the colors right here. Isn't that beautiful? It's got some dark pink, some light pink, some light orange, and some super bright orange. But check out this. I need sunglasses. It's so bright. Beautiful, beautiful bright colors in this. So this is one of the ones that I'm using, and the color name is Tang. It is a BFL Tough Sock. It is from Labian Amy. I know I'm not saying that right, so I'm apologizing. There are 465 yards in 100 grams. 75% blue face Leicester, something like that. 25% nylon. I think it's Leicester. I don't. Yeah, something like that. And the color is Tang. So a blue face Leicester in 75% and then 25% nylon. Okay, so that's this color. I'm going to put that in here. The next color is a Madeline Tosh. And the color is Found Pottery. 200 yards, 182 meters. So that's, what about, oh, I just said 200 yards. I was about to say, what is that, 200 yards? Well, duh. Of course it is. The color on, oh, Found Pottery. Okay. And this is that color. So that's these two colors right here that are being held together. Okay, so now the third color, or third yarn, super, super awesome. It is Angora. And it is really, really long, long pieces of Angora. See right there? Can you see it? It is a bright purple. And it has all kinds of colors in here with it. It's got some green. It's got some yellow. It's got pink. And, I mean, you name it, it's got it in here with it. So there you go. It is some super long Angora. And so all 3 of these are being held together. So it's kind of looking like that. So let's see what the socks are looking like so far. I don't need the, there we go. I just have everything kind of sticking to me. So I started on these. I was late for class. I thought it started in the evening, but it actually started in the afternoon. That's all right. They didn't wait for me, but I was able to catch up. So, this is what I did, and I think I did like maybe 2 or 3 rows today. So yes, this is what the yarn is looking like. Let me see if I can get it kind of, there we go. So that is what the socks are going to look like. Super, super fun. But I think I'm just going to make them, you know, to like the ankles, just above the ankles. And so I'm not going to go much further because I'm not quite sure how far I'm going to have to go just to make them, you know, until I start doing the heel flap and all of that. I do know that I'm going to have to go, well, actually, not much longer. So, yeah, we'll see how it works out. So I am using double pointed needles. They're actually a lot easier than I thought they were going to be. So yeah. There we go. And that is what my socks are going to look like. Super fun. Alrighty, so that is all the knitting that I have. I finished one project, added another, and I'm taking 2 classes at the same time, and I will show you that class on Sunday. Maybe because I missed the first class, so I'm going to have lots of homework to do, but they say that I can catch up, so we shall see. I'm probably going to have to keep the machine that I'm using maybe a week longer. We'll have to see, because I don't think I can get what I'm supposed to get done in 2 weeks. We'll see. Who knows? That's all I have. So I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for watching. Thank you to all my new subscribers who have come here. Thank you to all of my original OG subscribers for being here. Thank you for everybody who has come in between. I love sharing my makes with you. I love sharing my crochet journey, and I especially love showing my knit journey, because for you guys, my knitting journey is brand new. And my crochet, it just kind of picked up maybe 4 years. Oh, yeah, about 4, about 4 years into it. Yes, thank you all for watching. You guys have a great day, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.